welcome back everybody in the year 2022. And I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope everybody had a great 2021. Now we're beginning in 2022. And of course in our His Prayers documentary that we're going to try to do this year in 2022. So we're going to start off this year right here near McAlester, Oklahoma, at a place where hardly anybody kind of knows about this area, just a little bit southeast or southwest of McAlester, of a place called Perryville. Now Perryville was a town that established around the 1850s or so, and of course during the 1860s there was a little battle that took place here called the Battle of Perryville. Well, there wasn't a big battle that happened here, but it was more, I would say, a skirmish. But yeah, there was a little battle here that happened. Reason why they called it the Battle of Perryville is because there was a courthouse here, and of course called Tobucksy Courthouse. And there was a town that was here, and of course a lot of Choctaws that lived in this area as well. And this also was a major source through the Texas Road that came through here in that time. So coming from Leavenworth all the way to Kansas and all the way down to Texas, so they call it Texas Road. So that was a major road that came along in this area. So now we're here in a place of Chambers Cemetery. Now some asked if this was the cemetery for the town of Perryville. Well, there's some old graves here that I know of, a few places here, but I don't know. But when I looked on the map of Perryville, and it said the cemetery was sitting on a hill, and this was kind of on a hill, and just right beyond the camera would have been Perryville. Located approximate 4 miles south and west of present McAlester in Pittsburgh County, Perryville was an important settlement in the Choctaw Nation Indian Territory, named for its founder, James Perry, a Choctaw Chickasaw mixed blood citizen. The town was situated along the Texas and California roads. Perry opened a trading post here around 1840. Perryville's traffic and commerce increased during the California Gold Rush of 1849 and the Colorado Gold Rush of 1859. The town also benefited from the construction of Fort Washita in 1842 and Fort Arbuckle in 1852. Troops and supplies passed through Perryville as they traveled between these posts and Fort Gibson and Fort Smith. And local businesses include post office, a blacksmith, an inn, and a stage stand that opened until 1872. So here in a little bit we'll be talking about some railroads that happened through here, but before then this was the town of Perryville. I believe the town of Perryville sits back in this area beyond this. There's a pond right here, but beyond this area there's an open field back over there. I believe that's where the town of Perryville sits back in this area. Now there was a chimney there. There used to be a chimney. I don't know if it's here or around this area, but that kind of talks about, or that still was remain of Perryville, but someone said it's been knocked down through time, so, or just possibly maybe through weather too as well. So also the Confederate forces also held here in Perryville during the Civil War. There was a battle that took place here in Perryville that was fought on August 26 in 1863. So now you're looking right here, you can see the traffic that's kind of moving, going back and forth here. That was almost in the intersection of the battlefield. Of course, there's the 6975 going from northeast to southwest, kind of that corridor right here. It's a little bit further south from here, southwest or southeast from here. This is where the battlefield would have took place in that area. I don't know if you can see that little hill in the back area, in the horizon area. That's where possibly where the skirmish, I would say the skirmish, but they call it battle. So there was a small battle that happened here. It wasn't big as Honey Springs or any other battlefield, but this was a little small battle that happened right in this area. So, and of course, after the battle, the Union soldiers came along and destroyed the town, caught it on fire, destroying partial of the town. So they tried to rebuild after the Civil War, but then later, the Missouri, Kansas, and Texas Railway bypassed Perryville in 1872, prompting the residents to move to McAllister and elsewhere, occupies the original Perryville townsite, of which nothing remains. Also, just to let you know too, not only McAllister, but back this way, this is Savannah, and around the early to late 1880s, the mining started going on, coal mining. So there was a lot of coal going in that town, especially when J.J. McAllister starting to come around this area. He was a wealthy man, starting to thrive on these coals, and also to gain more importance for McAllister to form into a city. So, but yes, this Savannah will be over there. Savannah was starting to grow a little bit right after Perryville, and Perryville started declining because after the railroad was right through here in this area. You can't really see it, but it's in those wooded areas. But it goes across underneath the Indian Turnpike and follows the old highway of 6975. So that's where the Perryville would reside in that time. So I'll let you guys know that I've never been to the site of Perryville itself. The reason why is I'm not too familiar of the site. So I just want to be very cautious, because I looked at the map and there was like 3-4 different type of wells there. And yeah, I just don't want to risk my life just walking into the woods or wherever it's at and just falling into a well. So just keep in mind, everybody, that whoever likes to go venture and look at historical stuff or different sites and stuff, you know, 100% of the time, if there's a structure of a homestead, school site, or even a town site, if you walk into some place of a historical, there's going to be wells there. And especially if you're not familiar with that place, it's going to be there and it's going to creep up on you. So just be very careful. Just know your place and everything. Okay, we don't want to get hurt. And take a stick or a pole or whatever you got with you. Just kind of walk around, make sure if you're not really familiar. But I would just say just know your area pretty well. So like most places that I go to, I know pretty much all the sites and stuff. But like this one, I know a little bit about Perryville, but I don't know the site, so I just want to be careful. I just don't want to go there. But again, just take precautions, all right? But hopefully you enjoy this little small segment about Perryville and the battle site here. And of course, if anybody knows about Chambers Cemetery, and if this was the Perryville Cemetery, anybody that was born or raised around Pittsburgh County or McAllister area, feel free to let me know. I like to learn stuff new as well. So again, if you like what I do, and again, for this year, we'll see what holds for what I do for this year for the history. So again, like, share, subscribe. I almost forgot. Like, share, subscribe my page, and we'll keep doing what we're doing. All right. So as we say in Choctaw, and hopefully we'll see you on the next.